Hello guys, today we are reading chapter 3 of Frankenstein and I'm so excited of it. So, let's get started. And if you don't know that we are on chapter 3 or if you are watching this first video of Frankenstein, so you can watch chapter 2 and chapter 1 in the um, uh, description box. I will give the link on it. So, let's get started. Chapter 3 The Golden Age of Childhood. Elizabeth and I were not quite a year apart in age, but our personalities and desires were very different. She was calm and patient. I was eager and impatient. While I am immersed myself in the world of science, Elizabeth was drawn to the beauties of nature and poetry. She delighted in the things themselves, and I wanted to pick them apart and understand how they worked. When I turned 7, my mother had another child and later another. These were Ernest and William. At that time, my parents chose to stay close to Switzerland, their native country, and stop their wandering through Europe. We had a home in Geneva, but lived most of the year in a house on the eastern shore of Lake Billrive. My close tie with Elizabeth and my natural bent for seclusion kept me isolated from most of my school fellows. I did find one true friend in Henry Cleverer, the son of a wise merchant. Henry longed to follow in the footsteps of the medieval knights of old. With the friendship of Elizabeth and Henry and the wise and loving protection of my parents, I had a wonderful childhood. When I was 13, we visited Thonon. One day, bad weather confined us to the inn. In the library, I came upon the works of Cornelius Agrippa, an alchemist. His theories were very exciting and interesting to me, but when I showed the books to my father, he said, "My dear Victor, do not waste your time, it's all fantasy." But I continued to read with great attention. When I returned home, I acquired all of Agrippa's available works, and those led me to Paracelsus and Albertus Magnus. I studied the wild fancies of these writers with delight. My opinion of the giants of modern science sunk, and I took these alchemists' word as truth. Wealth meant nothing to me, but I began to dream of the fame I would receive if I could banish disease and discover the source of health and life. The ancient philosophers promised that death was not the inevitable end of life, and that those who had died could be raised again. When I was about 15, we witnessed a most violent and terrible thunderstorm. While at a house on Bill Rive, I watched as it advanced from behind the mountains. As I stood at the door, I saw a stream of fire pierce an old oak, which stood out 20 yards from our house. When the dazzling light vanished, the oak had disappeared, and nothing remained but a blasted stump. When we went the next morning for a closer look, we found the tree had shattered in a remarkable manner. It was not splintered by the shock, but entirely reduced to thin ribbons of wood. It was a luck to have with us a man of great learning in the field of natural philosophy. He began to enthusiastically discuss his theory of electricity. He believed that shocks of electricity could actually bring an inanimate things to life. He said that cast all thoughts of Cornelius Agrippa out of my mind. I turned my attention to mathematics and the modern sciences. I believed that Had I continued in this direction, the course of my life would have been much different. I would have been safe from the horrors of subsequent years. But this was not be. So guys, this is the chapter 3. I hope you liked my reading and nothing wrong in my pronunciation. So thank you guys for watching till last and follow me on different social media platforms, and I will give the links of social media in my description box that I will use, so you can follow me on there. And I will give some tips and tricks on the my social media platforms also, so you can follow me. And new video title is also come on them, so follow me, okay? And Discord is also going to start, and wait for it. I will give. Okay, bye bye guys.